Rope Talk with Matt Juon.
Top Rope Talk, episode 15.
I'm Matt Dumont, co-host Mike Moran.
Drinking some...
Brought to you by Real American Beer,
which is
the best Pilsner on the market.
the best Pilsner on the market right now.
Shout out to the Hulkster.
Hulkster, we love you, kid.
#1 rated pro wrestling talk show, Northeast Connecticut.
These two guys right here.
We've got a interesting topic today.
And I think it's something that was on our off days. Our producer, the man, the myth, and the legend.
Shot us a what if. And we both loved it right away.
Absolutely.
So let's run with it.
The top 5 what?
Unfuckwithable. These are the guys both in and out of the ring that you understand they do what they want and you're going to do it with them or they're going to make you do it.
Or else. You want me to start off?
Number 5. Please do.
He went from UFC to WWF, then to NWA. Ken Shamrock. Now, we knew when he, listen, this was the first badass that went from UFC. You know, we're all younger back then in the late 90s, like, what is this? Ultimate Fighting. This dude could fight. And then he comes to WWE, and I just remember the amount of chair shots this dude took and literally shook him off. He literally was a maniac.
Hands, no nothing.
No nothing. Like that chair shot when he's down and Brock just tees off on him. I'm like, wow.
Sir.
And he took it. Ken Shamrock was built like a god, but he could wrestle. He could take you down.
He could fight.
He could fight on the outside. That was my quick number 5 was that one.
It's a good one.
So Ken Shamrock, number 5 for me.
Very good.
What do you got?
My number 5. I like Ken at 5. I had him a little higher up, but okay. I think I'm going to swap a couple too, and I really like him there. Like it's a good spot in the list, and like you said, just legitimate badass coming in. Like the guy was a UFC champ before he got here.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty well understood in the locker room. Like
you don't
because ribbing, as they use the term, playing pranks on each other because you're on the road with each other 200 days a year was a thing.
Yeah,
those are the dudes you don't rib.
No, there's 100% you don't rib.
There's consequences for ribbing ribbers. Yeah. You're going to get ribbed worse.
You're going to get ribbed worse.
There's consequences for ribbing those guys. They're going to fucking dog walk you.
Yes.
Either in the ring or somewhere outside of it.
1,000%.
Here's the deal, kids.
This is what you do not do.
Yep.
All right. My number 4. Now we talked about this before we went on the air. I think I moved this one around. I'm going with the ravishing one. Rick Rude at number 4. And why? We see him on WWF before he went to WCW and so on and so forth. These guys out of Minnesota knew how to wrestle. Ravishing Rick Rude was a legit tough guy, Rick Rude.
Scrappers.
Also scrappers. And they were taught how to wrestle. A lot of these guys in the 80s, let's say late 70s, early 80s, like Rick Rude was the first dude, not as big as the Ultimate Warrior size-wise, but was ripped. Whatever he took, he was cut, ripped. The ladies loved him. Jake the Snake hated him, especially his wife. But Rick Rude back in Minnesota would be with those guys that go to the bar. Like we all have boys' night. You give Rick Rude a dirty look, game over for you. He's that guy that's going to get up and knock your teeth out and then take your girl home. So Rick Rude, from all the stories, did Matt and I see Rick Rude out? No, but we know the stories of the old school wrestlers saying you didn't want to fuck with Rick Rude. That's my number 4. Ravishing one. Rick Rude.
Take it.
Okay. Who do you got for 4?
My number 4... He had a couple of different personas in his career. Part of one of the best tag teams in history.
Sure.
Also, the Big Bad Booty Daddy.
Oh, boy.
Scott Steiner is my number 4 on the list. I mean, here's a dude, legit collegiate wrestler.
Yeah.
Bad cat. Dudes that do that stuff, man, you're a different breed. Hats off to you.
And while you're saying that right now, I've already switched my 2 out, by the way. So go ahead.
As I'm going, here's a dude over the course of his career, clearly probably got a little gassed up.
A little bit.
He said, so now, 265, 270, but he still has those skills. If he decides to manhandle you, there ain't much you're going to do.
And this is why...
And it is acknowledged and under-fucking stood in the locker room.
The biggest thing is, again, Matt and I grew up wrestling fans. We love professional wrestling. But when a real wrestler gets into professional wrestling and they bring the entertainment into it, it's game over because they know it's entertainment. But if you slip somewhere, they're going to take you down. There's nothing you can do. Anything.
Fix it.
But fix it. So I like that number 4. My number 3 is, I'm going to go a little crazy. Old school 80s, I'm going Bruiser Brody. Because he was unpredictable in the ring, but we heard the stories of outside. Listen, the dude died in a bathroom in Puerto Rico.
Stabbed by the promoter.
Stabbed by the promoter. He was a legit,
Allegedly.
He's 6'7", 6'8". I know they bump up the heights because they called Hogan 6'7", 6'8" until I stood next to him like, yeah, I'm 6'1", and he's maybe 6'2". So he was a crazy looking dude who came out with the chain, swinging the chain. I mean, he brought on Stan Hansen. He brought on the Mick Foleys. He brought those guys on because he was so crazy. So you want to go out a night of old school 80s drinking? I'm scared of this dude. You don't want to be caught in a back alley with this dude because he was crazy. So my number 3 is Bruiser Brody all day.
It's a real good one. Mine, All-American nose tackle from Florida State. Finished second in the Heisman his last year in college.
Yep.
Two most notable things in his pro wrestling career. First black heavyweight champion.
Good with that.
And
damn!
Mr. Ron Simmons.
I'm 100%. And I wasn't even thinking of him until you started. I'm like, Ron Simmons. That's
Just
such a good call.
Acknowledged. Like,
And him with Doom with
Butch
Reed. I mean, they were legit. That spine buster, when he did it, it legit
through the ring.
You basically, you get picked up.
Arn's was more fluid. It
His
looked
was
cooler.
just angry.
Yeah.
Between him and
Simmons was so much more violent. Like,
power-
I'm trying to spike you through the goddamn
literally.
boards. Arn wants to make it look pretty and get a pin.
It's a great.
I'm trying to hurt you.
Yeah, I mean, legit big man. I mean, he transitioned great from NWA to WCW to WWF. I mean, the Acolytes
career.
to APA. I mean,
The APA was such a good
such a
gimmick.
great. I mean, it really was. He did everything he had
The
to.
backstage vignettes when
Oh,
there's
when
just
they're
the fucking
yes.
door, and they made them knock,
Every
You gotta
time.
knock on the door.
Smoking a cigar, drinking Bud Heavies,
playing cards.
Yes. What do you need?
What do you want?
What do you want? Need help?
You gotta knock on the door first.
Yes, every time. It was the best.
So good.
So we know the Attitude Era really brought out, but they were a team. JBL, Bradshaw turned into JBL. Ron Simmons obviously was a little bit older, but he did everything in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. He led us into the damn stage, which is great. So he stayed on the damn. So I love that pick by you, by the way.
Thank you.
My number 2 got switched out.
We're down to the top two.
Top 2.
You just changed it, you said.
I changed it,
your mind
and
a
I
little.
brought it up to you before, and I'm going to put him in now.
Okay.
Legit tough guy, because so many of my favorite wrestlers said that you didn't want to mess with this guy in the ring. And he was so stiff when he first was started because he's a real wrestler. Hit the music. Kurt Angle. I'm going number 2 is Kurt Angle, because literally if he wanted to take you down, nothing you could do. Because he legit. I know for some reason between your 2 and 1, we have the same.
We got the same number 1.
We're coming
My
up.
2 is different. We have the same number 1.
But Kurt Angle is going to be my number 2 because he was legit. And my thing is listening to Hogan talk about him in 2002 when he's telling him to lay off in their matches. Hogan tapped for the first time in his career in 2002 with Kurt Angle, but they had entertaining matches. But Hulk said he really headlocked him, slammed him. He's like, brother, relax, brother. And he said, Vince,
It's not working for me,
It's not
brother."
working for me, brother. But he said Vince had and Vince had told Kurt, bring it to Hulk. So Hulk could overpower him when it came to wrestling. Hulk when he's when he's wrestling in Japan in the 80s, early 90s, Hulk could still wrestle.
Kid.
At 48, you going against Kurt Angle?
Not keeping up.
Not keeping it up. So that's what my honorable mention, and we probably have enough, because he wasn't my number 2. I know we just dropped him off, was Road Warrior Hawk. That was my honorable mention in this. Because he was the same thing with Rick Rude, a legit badass in Minnesota, really knew how to wrestle, bar guy, bar fights. You didn't want to fuck with these guys. Number 2, Kurt Angle.
My number 2, another nod of the cap to the old school, Dr. Death, Steve Williams. This dude was a legit All-American in 2 sports in NCAA Division I at the University of Oklahoma.
And when
football and wrestling.
When he hit you in those tackles in the ring, they look like he's breaking it. He was before
He
the
was
spear,
shoulder pressing 250, 260 human beings, not on a bar. Like, he's picking up a dude that weighs 250 pounds.
dead weight. I mean, it's
And he's repping him 5, 6. I've seen it like 9 times.
We were talking about in our previous episodes, like old school 80s wrestlers, even Hogan, they were just big arms, big chests. Who cared about the belly? They were big. He was that legit. He was just big. Thick. And his
He was
tackles.
the original thick boy.
And he really, before the spear became the spear, he was the one that would literally take you out with a tackle, they'd call it, but it was a fucking spear. And literally run full speed and take
the
you out.
Oklahoma Stampede. Hit you with that power slam, just dump you.
Yeah, so I like that pick.
Thank you.
That's a good pick.
Our number 1, we really do have the same guy. We
think-
talked about it
and
earlier,
honestly, I
and it's
think-
really hard to fucking argue.
I really think everybody out there knows who our number 1 is because he is legit. You're a college wrestler,
Division I champion, University of Minnesota.
okay? Not even talking about WWE yet. You went to UFC
No, he came to WWE first,
but I mean,
then went to UFC.
If we're talking
won
about
their
like-
heavyweight title, then came back.
it's the
Oh yeah, I did a stint in Japan.
and he
like
won the
wrestled strong style.
IWGP, and it was not a problem for him. And he was
Here comes the pain.
Here Comes the Pain. By far one of the best entrance musics, and I know we left. I believe we left them both out because he's probably number 6. When his music hits, it's game over. And legit, you can see wrestlers, and they've talked about it. They're legit because he doesn't know how powerful he is. And when he first showed up in 02, 03, some of the things he was doing, you'd be like, because he was actually wrestling then.
Right on the gas, right after college.
Sauced up, 6'3", 295. Just
Swole.
swole.
Hey,
And
Ryan Cage, there's the original Swolverine.
my God. And listen, when he came back in 12 after all those years off, thick. He wasn't like, and he was just a monster when he came back. And listen, we wanted him to wrestle like it was 02, 03, but it's just suplex you all day.
Suplex City, bitch.
And then literally when you get mad and he takes off the gloves and just elbows you in the side of the head and busts you open like that. I always say, like, how the can he do that? Because he knows.
Because he can.
He can. Randy Orton, Roman Reigns. He literally takes his
Because you
gloves
don't have
off.
a choice when he decides
And
to.
John
if
Cena,
it comes down to that.
when Cena realized that, when he slapped him in the face and he busted his lip right wide open, like literally the scariest human being on the planet, and I would not want to piss him off, is Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Because he could snap. Honestly, I've seen Matt taken off his feet once, and it's a guy who looks like Brock Lesnar. Fucking Dwayno.
Shout out to Dwayne.
Dwayne LaFran boys. And I think the only dude that could F5 Matt with ease is Brock Lesnar.
He's a big dude.
So him now,
I ain't
I think him now is even scarier than the buzz cut him.
The long hair.
The long hair. You see him. I see him.
Yeah, he's a 300-pound crypt keeper
I think he
now.
comes
It's
out.
kind of weird.
He
looking
is
with the
basically
beard.
the Viking. He's a Viking coming out of like the 1500s.
Yeah, he needs to braid the long hair because then he
Yes.
looks like a fucking Viking.
Yeah, he does. So I will 1,000. I think most of us out there, Brock Lesnar. Yeah.
If you disagree,
yeah,
shout
let
us out.
Let us
Give
know
us your top 5.
because we want you to know. We want to know your top 5.
Facebook page, Quiet Corner TV.
We wanna see
YouTube,
it.
Quiet Corner TV. Top Rope Talk. Comment on the episode.
It's good to interact. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a wrap for episode 15.
Did I ever tell you this is the best Pilsner I've ever had?
It's delicious.
Real American beer.
One more time.
One more time for the
Real
Hulkster.
American beer.
Real American
Hulk
beer.
Hogan. Cheers.
Episode 15. It's going so quick, but we're going to be back for 16. And we're going to be going on and on and on because guess what? This is where wrestling fans
Can be wrestling fans.
all day, every day.